Hello, welcome to Writing Quest and this episode of our weekly vlog where I just update you on my projects, how they're going, update you on some things about the channel and my reading list and all that kind of stuff. So here we go. Huzzah! Okay, so some quick updates about the projects. The Last House of the High People, our prequel novella, is definitely turning into, probably going to end up turning into an actual full-size book. But the revised edition, I'm about 25,000 words in on the revised edition, so it's about, I don't know, 30% or 40% or so. But the best news about that, the great news about that is just today, as of this recording, I finally kind of finalized exactly how I want chapter 1 to start, the beginning of the story, line 1. I had a big breakthrough. I've been really struggling with, all the other chapters have been coming to me fairly easily. I've got a good outline, a good strong outline, and so everything else was coming to me pretty well. But for some reason, chapter 1, how I started the story was just, I could not figure it out. I started it one way, I started it another way, and finally I think I've figured out exactly where I want to start it. And so I'm really excited about that, really pumped about it. So can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it. I'm hoping to be finished with I'm done pretty much with the outline, the revised outline, and now I'm hoping to finish the revised draft and be done with that part here within the next month or so. So that's kind of my goal for that. So that's where we are with our projects. Everything else is kind of on hold because I'm really just focusing on trying to get this one project done. And so once I finish, probably what'll happen is when I get this one into the revised draft and do a little editing, I'll send it to some people I have ready for beta reading. And then while that's happening, I'm going to go back to start working on some of the stuff from Of Wolves and Wizards book 1 and start working through that again and work on the first draft of that book. So that's where we're at with the projects. Next, we're going to talk about the website. So the website is up and running. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you do. We've got our Notion templates listed there. We've got a couple other resources. Upcoming things, I'm almost done with, I know I said this last time, but I want to make sure it's really right before I do it. So I'm almost done with the Legends of a Scared Off timeline page. So that's going to be launching soon. So you'll be able to see where it's not going to be a whole lot of things because I haven't revealed titles and everything for all the other books, but it's going to have placeholders for everything. So you can kind of see where my mind is at with those types of things. So that's where we're at with the website. I've also got a few pages planned about more Scrivener stuff. We're going to talk about some different, I'll have some things up there about the 3-act story structure. So I'm going to keep expanding those pages so there's more things to search. I've also started, there's a blog on there. I've just got one post, so you can check that out. And I don't know how often I'll put stuff in the blog because I really want to focus on writing the stories. But I'm, if I have a good script for a video, if I have a good idea for a video and I want to turn that into a blog post, I'll just end up doing that. So those will be kind of random for now, but there's some content up there if you want to read it. So that's what's going on with that. As far as the YouTube channel, we got some great videos coming for you. The first one I got coming out soon is going to be on the 10 attributes of the hero archetype. So before, if you watched the channel for a while, a few months ago, I put out a video talking about all of the kind of main character archetypes you can have, like the hero and the jester and the caregiver, like all those types of archetypes that we have. So now I'm going to start making videos that are breaking down different attributes of those. So if you are using the hero characters, what are the attributes that make up the hero archetype? So that's coming out soon. I've got that recorded. I'm just working on the editing process. Really excited about that. I've also got a video in the works about setting archetypes. So we're going to talk about different settings like rivers and castles and caves and the underworld and what those all can represent in your story. So some really great content coming for that. I'm also working on a video talking about movie adaptations and why we may never see great ones ever again. So that'll be interesting to talk about. I'm excited about the discussion that may follow in the comments about that video. So those are all in the works. I'm really excited about those. As always, we'll still have our weekly vlogs on Monday to update you about things. So that's what's going on with the channel. Next on the reading list, I finally finished Oathbringer. Goodness, that one was the Stormlight books are great, but they are a lot to get through. I think this last one was pushing 1,300 pages. And so before I jump, I said this is my last one, before I jump into my next one, I'm going to be reading a couple other books. So I just started reading The Hunt for Red October, which is in the other room, so I can't show it to you. But I'm reading that one mostly because, one, it's a classic, and I come from a military family, so I love military stories. But I want to explore more, since a big portion of what happens in my story does have some military aspects, and there's some military pieces with different factions and different groups within the world of Iscaridoth. I'm kind of just wanting to dive in a little bit on the pros of that, of how those types of things write. And obviously, we're going from like a more hyper realistic with Hunt for Red October versus a fantasy world. I understand that. But it's good to check in on some of those things and dive deep on some of the pros and how that's written. And so just looking for a little bit of inspiration. Plus, it's a really good book and it's a good movie. So if you haven't actually watched the movie, you should watch the movie. It's pretty good. Next, after I finish Hunt for Red October, though, as I said last time, I'm going to be jumping into Robin Hobb's Assassin's Apprentice. I'm really excited about this one. Nice little short. I'm going for some shorter books because I really need to palate cleanse from the long Stormlight Archive books. So I'm really excited about this. The reason I'm going with this one is because I've heard that the characterization and the character development of these characters is really great from Robin Hobb. But I also believe it has some it has some wolves in here. And so I'm really excited about that because my book obviously features a lot of wolves. And so I'm looking to maybe get a little bit of inspiration, see what's been done before, that kind of thing. So excited about this one. And like I said last time too, going into Treasure Island next, because this is also, I'm looking for with my prose to, I want to be somewhere in the middle of like kind of the older, prose where it's like Lord of the Rings and Treasure Island, like these older books, but also be a little more modern. So I'm trying to find kind of a balance of that where I'm kind of in the middle. So basically the next 3 books I'm reading are prose studies. I'm just studying various aspects of prose that I'm wanting to incorporate into my own writing. And then I will jump back and I will finish this behemoth, The Rhythm of War, which is Stormlight 4. Obviously, you can tell the difference between all of these books is quite large. It's quite a lot. So, but I'm really excited about this one. I loved Oathbringer. I have a review for that. Will be coming out soon, probably this week. And so, but I'm really excited about getting back into this one because there's just so many things. And obviously, there's just a lot in there. So that is the reading list. Finally, subscribe to the newsletter if you haven't. Those come out on Mondays and most every Monday. And I'm starting to, if you want to have updates and you're not always watching the videos, the newsletter is a great way to get those updates. And I always talk about something in the beginning about a writing thing either I'm dealing with or a writing tip or something like that. And then I also kind of update you on my reading list and all those kinds of things. So thank you so much for watching this episode of Writing Quest. My name is Brandon Pugh. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Put some comments below of some books you're reading. Let's talk about that. Let me know how your projects are going. I haven't heard from anyone in a while about how their writing projects are going, so make sure to put those in the comments, and we'll see you next time on Writing Quest. Huzzah!